Hi, everybody. See what I mean?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to... I see. Our cat moved our camera. Now you can see our messy house. Why don't you fix that as soon as you can? Things in the picture.
Or was it somebody plodding
our sloppy
by?
House. Hurry up.
Was it somebody plodding by?
That's better. I think a little bit more.
Right, because you want it on you now.
Yes. There's plenty of you showing. Take a look for yourself. What the heck?
The things I have to put up with.
I'm not even there yet because you're distracting me.
Go cough.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Do my dabblings with
Oberon
and Banshee. Today is the first day of Detroit Lions football. I've already pulled my cards, but I did not have time to make my prediction yet. But I will say this, especially if Claudia's in the room somewhere.
There she is.
What? I knew it! It's going to be a close game according to what I'm going to predict on Twitter. That's all I can say. It's almost like a toss-up, honestly. I couldn't believe the cards I pulled. I, of course, want to give the edge to the Lions here, but I'm going to tell you what, it's anybody's game. And I think anybody who's able to see that prediction will see why. Cards were just very favorable on both sides.
So welcome, everybody. And we also have a birthday reading for Christabel. Happy birthday, Christabel. Hi, V. I see you there. So we're going to get right to it.
All right. And
Sonny is up in the corner there, wiggling his tail around.
Why don't you shuffle first?
Don't you want to do the...
Oh.
Why don't you shut up first?
I've always got so much to do around here.
Well, get used to it, because I do too, dear.
No, my back is really bothering to me. I'm a little bit slow moving. I don't know what it is. It could be because my chair yoga was canceled twice, and doing it around here is not quite the same as what she puts us through. And my back always seems better after a session with her, but today...
Is this the Claudia from the Detroit area? Just wondering.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, because normally I think Claudia had a different sign-on name.
Oh.
That was slightly different.
Okay.
But thank you anyways, and we will happily do that reading for you.
Ah.
Thank you.
Okay, here is the card for the collective.
And it's molasses. Number
Molasses?
26.
No kidding.
To move forward, you must know where you are headed. Of course, to me, it's like you must unstick yourself.
Ah.
All right, thanks for that, Claudia. I had a feeling you weren't... there's a Claudia that we know in real life in person, but I didn't think you were her.
Okay, so I just jumped on that. Because Claudia is a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, although she's from Michigan. She's living in Michigan here, and we talk about the Lions a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, let's move on to molasses. The keywords are stagnation, laziness, lacking motivation. To move forward, you must know where you are headed. Your higher self chose this card because molasses represents a period of uncertainty when the path ahead isn't clear, and despite your best efforts, you simply cannot seem to move forward. Standing still is very frustrating, but you're in this period of pause so that you can take some time to get a full understanding of where you actually want to go. This card will often visit you after a period of significant but unintentional action. You have made many choices in haste of late and are coming to regret some of your decisions. Perhaps you said yes too quickly and now you wish to back out, or a situation seems like a worthy gamble, but now it's turning into a nightmare. It may not seem like it now, but this period of indecision is helping you to slow down, gain perspective, be patient, and wait for the right opportunity to find you. In the meantime, focus on diving deeper into your spirit. Are there mundane tasks you could focus on while you are distracted by other things? Perhaps you might consider a practice such as meditation to take your mind off your current problems. You will find that the stickiness goes away when the time is right for things to move forward again. This card also advises you not to make any hasty decisions right now. Take care of what you need to, of course, but delay any life decisions until more information comes to hand. Sound advice, hey, there are a lot of people who think on their feet, and that's great. And there's a time and a place where you have to do that. But anything, that's major, that really should require more thought than just, oh yeah, let's do this change that's going to change my life completely and I may regret it later. Think about it first. Stand back and think about it first. Molasses is a dark-colored, very thick, sticky substance. And so it is a little bit cloudy. It does say that maybe things aren't very clear right now, and you shouldn't move or act until they do. Sometimes the universe does us a favor and puts little obstacles and delays in our way to give us time to think about it more.
And I just wanted to say, so sorry to hear that, V, about your dog.
Oh.
That's very sad. I'm really incredibly moved by that. I'm so sorry. And of course, hello to Dr. Victor and Tanya, who have also joined us.
Attack by coyotes.
So sad.
Man.
I am so sad for you.
That's rough. All right. Well, we will definitely answer that question. Tackle it later. All right. Why don't you shuffle first for the birthday? You want one of my decks? Or
if you have one handy, I'll take that.
I do. I think for the birthday reading, let's use the Tarot Illuma. Nice bright deck.
Oh, and here's your card back. Whoopsie.
Oh, whoopsie. Now I got to put that away. All right. Thank you. I'm trying to get the list done while you shuffle. So do give me a moment. All right.
You're going to shuffle too, right?
Yeah, I have to shuffle too for the birthday reading.
Right. And your slipping cards
Christabel,
are
Raj,
going
Lena, Libra.
all over the place.
Nicole Assel. Siama Preeti Christine.
There you go.
I'm busy. I told you to hold it a minute. All right, then I'll hold it here a minute. Christine. Claudia V, Dr. V.
Keep acting out.
V. Dr. V, Tanya.
It's almost like we don't have a moderator.
Shame on you. You know I do this for a reason. You know I do. And it's not because I don't trust the moderator. She's doing a great job.
This show is too small.
Wow, we already have
for
14
two
readings,
Aries.
eh? That's crazy. Thanks for coming, everybody, and getting here early. We're on a roll.
Tell her, Sonny. Tell her.
Did I
lighten
miss
up.
Jackie, or are you just not getting a reading, Jackie? Okay.
Really?
That's fine.
That's
Really awesome. Thanks for sticking with us and watching.
I guess I have to put on a show then, as if I wasn't.
Oh, Lord. Start singing, Mr. O.
Ah.
Okay, problem there.
Interesting.
Gives me no room. I have a pillow behind my back because my back is so bothersome.
So Christabel is here for the birthday reading.
All right,
Part
and
one.
it's a great and by the way, Christabel, Happy birthday, huh?
Of course.
Have a great, I know your birthday was yesterday. I hope you had a great time. And this is for you for the year ahead.
Card 1, the gift you received last year that you can use to make the most of this year. And it is the King of Coins, or also known as King of Pentacles or Discs.
And he's upright?
He's upright.
Awesome. Well, I don't know, Christabel. Does this have to do with financial affairs or getting your proverbial, financial or career houses in order? This could be, material concerns too, property, home, just taking care of business. It seems like the gift from last year was taking care of business in some way, very organized, very detailed, and you can carry that mindset into this year to foster more success.
We like to think that this card is sort of like somebody who's a manager personality or type, maybe in actuality, or just applies that to their life around them. They keep a fairly tidy or organized desk or schedule, things like that. And so this would be saying, hi Lilith, that somewhere in this last year, since your last year, this was the gift you received. That maybe somebody said, here's a Franklin planner. If you use this, you're never gonna, be without your resources or misappointments or things like that. But whatever it was, that's the sense of it. Somebody something gave you that idea that you should manage things better, or that you will be.
All right, so the next one.
Card 2, the gift of the present moment. And it's justice reversed.
Okay, so I think the gift of the present moment is that you realize right now something's other than the fact that I could say maybe you're dealing with some sort of a legal issue right now, but it's supposed to be a gift, and it's reversed. I really feel here that whatever it is, you're trying to settle something in your life. You're trying to bring balance back. So whether it is something legal or something that you did to someone that you have to make right, this is the gift of the present moment. Making something right or ensuring that some things are balanced more in your life. And with that King of Pentacles energy working with you here, I can't see how that's not possible, Christabel. You should be able to get things together and bring and restore the balance into your life that you need right now.
The gift of the present moment is a reminder. The gift from last year, the idea of managing things, and I said it, nothing will go wrong. But the gift of the present moment is that you need to understand, of course, that fair is another planet. And this is actually a mantra I learned in a customer service seminar, that sometimes people who expect a certain thing or people who feel they should try to give a certain thing, they can't necessarily. It's not fair, and it's no one's fault other than perhaps the system. So understanding that although you may manage things very well, not everything will work out exactly the way you want. And so maybe having that understanding is the gift of the present moment.
Okay, so what's next?
3, the gift from your connections with others in the next year. And it's the Queen of Swords reversed.
Okay, the gift from others that you can receive. All right, there may be some...
Your connections with others.
Yeah, your connections with others. I think here, this is kind of a challenging gift in a way, and it's challenging you to eliminate, some of the toxic people in your life. Some of the people who maybe are wrong for you, that make bad decisions, that aren't good, for themselves or others. This might be a time too that, maybe these are people who don't lift you up and support you. They bring you down. So it may be time to clean house with some of your connections a little bit here.
I think that's a good point she's making there. The Queen of Swords talks about maybe having to make certain decisions, and they may seem harsh, but you are totally entitled and behind to make them. And because this is falling into that area of your connections to others, this may be saying you'll realize that although maybe people's going to be doing some screaming and kicking or wondering why you treated them that way, it is probably good for you to remove some of these toxic situations from your life.
Hey, Violet, can you believe it? I'm going to tell you to cut the list after one more person. We're pretty full. And I mean, okay, we're doing a birthday reading, so I think we're getting there.
She wants to welch on everybody and get to the Lions game. All right, card 4.
I mean, after Angel, one more reading. I'm sorry, I didn't make that clear. You just made it, Angel. We're busy today.
Boy.
What is that one? And it's for the career, right? Goals?
Card 4, the gift that will help you work on, achieve, or move forward on your dreams or goals.
See?
And once again, it's reversed. It's the 9 of Pentacles or coins reversed.
Okay, that's not a bad card here. Because what it's saying to me, Christabel, is that the gift that's going to help you achieve, give you the motivation to work harder on achieving whatever it is you want out of life in this next year is wanting more. You want more in some area of your life. You're not totally unhappy, but you feel you need something more, and so you're going to go for it. You're going to work on it. It's going to propel you to act. And so I think that's good. Sometimes when we're not satisfied, when we're not satisfied, just a little bit more, it will make us push a little bit harder to get it.
The gift that will help you work on your goals is in tandem with the gift of the present moment, that idea that life isn't fair. And so this is saying you have to work hard because life isn't fair, and that, some things will not fall easily into your lap. But if you are able to work harder, stay focused, understand the goalpost kind of thing, lion mentality here, maybe things are better for you.
That's nice. I'm not going to go with that, but I like that. So, I'm going to stick with what I said.
All right.
Like that.
I didn't even hear what you said.
So you can take those both into wow. So you could take those both into consideration, Christabel. And so what's next?
Card 5, the gift from your spirit guides and or ancestors. What do they want you to know or keep in mind? And I guess it's Darth Vader. No, it's the Emperor, but okay, so then therefore it's somebody else, the Emperor Palpatine. Anyway, so the gift from your
spirit guides or allies.
I know that.
Okay.
I just had to look at you for some reason. I'm done.
Go on.
The gifts from those people, those spirit guides and ancestors, is the sense of the control you may feel throughout all of this, or also the sense that they tell you, be willing to, dialogue with those who support you. As an emperor, you have confidants or people in your courtroom, who are good advisors or people who will support you in your goals. You need to pay attention to them, but you also need to still be working on the control that was hinted at way back in the first card, the King of Coins.
Oh my gosh, Sonny. Well, let me think about this a moment here.
I know, Violet, isn't it?
What is that last one?
It was the Emperor.
That's right. I get the feeling here, what this is telling me, Christabel, is there is somebody on the other side, what they want from you, what they expect from you is leadership. And when I say leadership, it's not necessarily leading others, although that could be part of this. It could be leading yourself and guiding yourself. They want you to lead the charge here. You can't just wait for things to come to you this year. This is you making a plan and implementing it and doing the work involved, and making it happen. I also feel here I had a distinct tug that there may be somebody on the other side, a father figure perhaps. I don't know if your father has passed. or somebody who was just very fatherly on the other side, one of your guides, one of your ancestors that really is going to be important in, ally for you in this year ahead. Perhaps they will try to send you messages through dreams, so pay attention.
There was some interesting observations there, and also what Violet said too. Very nice.
Okay.
More about the aesthetics of the card.
Okay.
So finally then, card 6, the gift this year ultimately gives to you. What lessons, Christabel, have you learned, or what progress or growth will you have achieved by the year's end? And it's the Knight of Coins reversed.
The Knight of Coins reversed?
That's
I think
right.
what you have learned is that procrastination, a lack of motivation will get you nowhere. If nothing else, you've learned that through going through the steps of this year. It's an overall lesson. It's not how the end result has to turn out, Christabel, but I think here it's up to you, to remain motivated, remaining true to your goals, to your dreams and desires, and also to eliminate the imbalances in your life. It's going to take effort on your part. And this night is a reminder of that. And that's the lesson for the year. You will realize that work pays off.
Yes, exactly that. To be more specific to my sense of it is the idea that this shows that really going too slowly on your projects, procrastination as Banshee sees it, or just the sense that you can't really seem to stay focused on it, that, you just sort of have no interest maybe. That's what you're up against. And of course, it doesn't really fit in with the rest of the cards, but maybe it's just saying if you know your true self, you have to watch for that, because maybe that's just something we didn't get at, but it is, a possibility with you. At any rate, good luck with that.
All right. What's next?
A reading.
A reading for
Whoever's first.
Rajeswari. Hi, Rajeswari.
Hello there.
I'll take them.
Indeed you will.
All right.
All right. Raj question. My question. What is the reason behind the pain that I suffered? Suffering for the past 4 years. Is that my past karma or the inability to overcome obstacles? I see. Okay.
That's a good question.
It's a good question.
I think
differing peoples around the world have differing ideas about the role of karma and reincarnation. Some people feel certain things are punishment, things people feel are reward.
Well, it could go either way.
Exactly.
Karma. So look at, let's just do the 3 cards on this, though. Let's not try to do 2 and 2. We'll see if it's obstacles. We'll see if it's, I have a feeling, I don't have a feeling. I want to keep an open mind whether it's karma or obstacles, but I want to see what the cards have to say. There may be some clues there.
I'm using the global
Did
fusion.
I not
What?
bring out any Lenormand?
I don't know.
I guess I did not. Which
you did
means it's Lenormand tiles. All right.
Okay, well, thanks for that. And it's the first card is the Knight of Cups reversed.
Knight? Okay.
That's what I say.
Thank you.
And then it's the Six of Swords reversed. And then it's the Chariot upright.
Oh boy, interesting.
So this is very interesting.
I don't think, well, from what I'm seeing here, what's that card in the middle again? Because that's important to me.
It's the Six of Swords
Yes.
reversed.
Yes. So I don't think, I'm going to say this right from the get-go, I don't think it's karma.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. O will say something different, but I don't think
No,
it's
we're
karma
on the wavelength.
we're dealing with here.
But it is about unfinished business, right?
Well, it's about something. This is interesting. All right. I don't know if I should put the Lenormand out yet. I'm going to deal with these cards.
Okay.
And you could go ahead if you want, but I am ready. But you can go ahead.
All right. Well, Knight of Cups indicates the overall idea that you are in pain. You do feel you're suffering, especially more emotionally than anything. So that's nothing you didn't already know. But that Six of Swords seems to say that maybe that's tied in with the idea that there are things that are left unfinished in your life that you should have, gone back and taken care of, even if they're just things that needed to be said to certain people or certain prayers that needed to be said or acknowledged to some degree. I'll stop for the moment.
Oh, you want to finish?
No,
okay.
I don't.
I think I'm going to have to go through it all, but
Very good.
Trying to remember now. That last card is the 7. Oh, it's the Chariot.
The Chariot.
It's very important. Very important. So, Raj, here's what I see. I think Mr. O hit it here. There's something emotionally that's blocking you. And with that Six of Swords, the Six of Swords can also be a block card. You're blocked from moving forward because something is tying you to, what is it? Okay, the pain you've suffered for the last 4 years. It's your inability to overcome some obstacles, I think, here. And the Six of Swords is saying you feel like sometimes maybe you give up before you even start, like you're feeling overwhelmed and your inability to want to tackle the problems as they surface. Sometimes when we put things off and let things build, it gets even worse and harder to handle. And it gets to be a load on us emotionally. It takes a toll on us emotionally. And it's like Mr. O said, too, I'll add that in, if there's any unfinished business, that weighs you down. It's kind of like if let's say you goof off at work and you suddenly realize, a deadline's here and the boss is watching. What am I going to do? Well, the thing is that you feel stuck. You feel stuck and stammered and you don't know what to do. But the bottom line is, and it weighs on you. You lose sleep. You're worried about what the boss is going to say. That's just an example. So, okay, let's look at here. You end with the Chariot, which means to me, you have the ability to overcome this. You have the ability to move forward. And as a matter of fact, the Chariot is saying that obstacles are going to disappear. But I have a feeling here they can't do that on their own. You're going to have to work on that. You have to work on making those obstacles disappear that may be blocking your progress.
Well, your basic question is what caused this? And so if I look at the Chariot, I wonder if this is saying you felt you didn't really have the power you needed, the control, and or the ability to meter your own motivation or movement towards your goal. Somebody else took that away from you or prevented you from having that. But yes, it is also a sense of where you go in the future that maybe, now you are able to find proper motivation or find how you can apply yourself to your goals.
Well, may I say about this situation, Raj, you're right. This could be dealing with your romantic breakup, because that's right here in that Knight of Cups, clearly. And I think here too, what this is saying to me, though, it's hit you really hard. And it's made you feel unable to move forward. Like you're at fault here. He cheated on you. You don't own that burden. They do. So don't be blaming yourself for that person cheating. You can move forward now because, and I think it's going to take that. Once you realize that you are not to be blamed here, it was not your fault, you can move forward. Chariot says remove those blocks. You have a green light to go forward, and look what else you have.
So here's the Lenormand. Awesome. You have the sun. And you have the dog.
Remain true to yourself. Remain loyal to yourself here. This could be about a friend, but I think here what it's saying is be your best friend. Be your best friend and realize that you are better than this. You can achieve a lot. The sun is here. This is success. This is good health. This is attainment. You can move past this and you can have a good life for yourself. So don't let this one experience keep you down.
Being loyal to what your heart really desires will bring you more success in that as well as other things.
It all comes from there. Sometimes that pain we have, even obviously even physical pain, is caused by, our emotions and our holding on to things that, maybe we've been hurt, but we're not looking at it in the right way. We're blaming ourselves. What we need to do is move past the hurt and past the blame. We regret too much in our lives, and I think here it's a burden that can hurt you in more ways than you think. So think loving thoughts for yourself now. Realize that he's the one who cheated. He cheated. That right there is not your fault.
And it's so Knight of Cups reversed.
Yeah. It's a pain, and you should be feeling bad that that somebody cheated on you, but don't feel bad about yourself.
All right.
Good luck with that.
All right, Rajaswari.
All right.
And it's Lena. I get the Lenormands, by the way.
Oh, thank you. And you'll need that, yes. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I brought my Darkwood Tarot. I'm going to bring that.
You're welcome.
Hey, you are welcome, Raj. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
So sorry you got hurt like that.
We are. Yes, have a good evening.
I think we're just going to do the 3 cards.
Okay.
We have the 6 of Cups upright. Wow. We have the Wheel of Fortune upright. We have the Page of Pentacles reversed. If you want to put them out, it's
I
okay
will.
if you don't.
I have to get them first.
Well, okay, part of the question was, does he miss me and think of me? I think he does. I mean, I at least think he thinks of you. And for the most part, Lena, I think they're positive thoughts. What you got?
The birds
Huh?
and the man, the gentleman.
Wow. Okay. So I do think he thinks positive thoughts of you. I think that whether he misses you or not, I'm not completely sure, but maybe. Spirit is seeing maybe for the future a turn of luck here. I'm not going to give you false hope, but I am going to say this, that fate plays a real role in your future as to whether Mims is going to return to you or not. That's kind of what I feel here looking at this card in the middle. I think things have gotten off maybe to a bad start between the both of you. I see this even though it's at the end of the reading. That's kind of what I think is going on here. And, it may be hard to recover from that. I'm not sure there will be a recovery, but I do think fate is going to play a role in this. And it's going to depend on, in my mind, if you guys are not communicating anymore, it's whether he really wants to open communications back with you again.
Right. I almost feel like that does talk about this, the idea that
Yeah.
there is a sense of either the communication will resolve it or that it is going to happen. I more or less agree with Banshee. I feel like the 6 of Cups a lot of times talks about fondness between people and maybe about a levity of the heart or a youthful feeling of the heart. And so maybe there's enough of a connection that this suggests that, he looks back at those times and he does have a sense of fondness for them. So yes, maybe he does miss you. And I agree with Banshee. I think that, luck will have a lot to play with this destiny. It is possible because of that reverse Page of Pentacles that maybe there's, I won't say confusing, but maybe not clearly feeling or understanding his purpose or his direction for some reason at this point. Like he sort of feels like he's not sure what he's doing right now to focus for the future. It just sort of strikes me that way. But I do feel that maybe there is a chance you will be communicating. I can't tell you when that is, but I think it will happen within a season.
Hold on, Mr.
Hi, Ari.
Can you pin that?
I can.
Okay, the list is closed after Ari. We really filled up fast today, so we have to close the list, but you are on it, Ari. I think we have 17 readings, maybe 18, and that is enough for today, because we did that. So that's it for me. I think it's kind of cut and dry, Lena. It's possible, but fate is playing a role here. It's going to be up to him to want to reestablish a link, and maybe that's what the birds is about too. It's about communications and a link here. It's hard for me to say. I feel 50-50 about this, maybe leaning more on the positive 50 side, that there may be some communication in the future. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Okay.
And Libra is up.
I'll take them.
Yes.
Libra's up, so what do we got?
I don't remember. What's coming towards
Okay.
me? Okay. I'm going to use my Crowley
Okay.
Tarot.
Am I reading your deck?
Yes. We will do that reading.
Although sometimes I like to do 3 for that, but let's do it. So he'll get it up on the board when he has the chance, but at least it's up there.
I pinned yours.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that what you're talking
I know
about?
you put it up here usually, though, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So he'll do that in a minute.
I did it right now. What is coming towards Libra?
It's interesting.
Happiness.
What is that, 10?
9 of Cups.
Nice. Fulfillment.
It says happiness.
Happiness. Joy. The joy at achieving fulfillment.
Right. So obviously what is coming towards you is maybe the chance to see one of your wishes or desires manifest.
It's very nice. The wish card in the tarot. So what you're wishing for right now, from, whatever it may be, whether it's social, whether it's personal, whether it's material, this is like a nice green light here. Why is this important?
The Magician reversed. Because maybe you need to reassert your will over something. You need to find the fun in life, the creative aspects, the willpower aspects, the belief in things can happen for you, like a wish.
Yeah, it's really interesting having the Magician reversed, which is all about the will to make things happen. So, I got 2 minds about this here. It might mean to me why it's important is that this is going to be fulfilled anyway, even though you haven't been able to focus on it. You haven't been, you haven't even had the chance to put your will or desire into it. It's almost as if in this case, this wish is just going to manifest for you. And it could also indicate to me that maybe why this is important is that maybe you feel that you have not been at your best lately, that you haven't been able to produce things in your life that you've wanted. And so this coming right at this time is really a boost for you.
So, where will this ultimately lead? Freedom. Well, maybe not. It's the devil.
Reversed?
No, it's not reversed.
Oh, well.
But it is a question about that. The idea that maybe you start to understand what your codependencies are or what your obligations are. What are the things that maybe hold you to behaviors that you'd rather change. Maybe all of this leads to getting your wish, helps you realize there are still other things you need to work on.
I'm going to take this in a different direction.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm thinking here that maybe what this is saying is that, like, where things are headed, though, may not be the most healthy. It's like, don't overindulge in your success here. In other words, let's say it's about money or finances. Don't take advantage of that and spend so much that you end up in a hole, or it ended up being a useless gain to you. So in other words, keep things in check a little bit here. Don't let it get to your head that you've had this success and squander it, okay, through a bad habit or something you shouldn't do. Be careful. This is a gift, and you don't want to waste it. And let's see what we've got here. This is interesting to me. I'm not sure how I want to read this together now with that devil.
It's the dog.
Because look.
And the fish. Ooh.
Well, all I can say is, too, that when times are good, and you get what you desire, friends seem to clamor around you. Family seems to clamor around you. They want a piece of that. Even if it's just a feeling around being around people who are successful. And so I would just say to you this too is be careful. If somebody needs a handout or helping hand, they want to capitalize on what you're doing or they want a part of it, be careful because you've got, a little bit of a red flag here with the devil. Look after your own concerns and needs first in this case, instead of putting others before you.
I agree with that because I do feel like I'm looking at it that the goldfish are influencing the dog to say that maybe other people, a friend, somebody who feels you should be more loyal to them, wants to share in some of this, and that may not necessarily be in your best interest.
Yeah. So I don't know if this makes sense. It was an interesting reading, though, I gotta say. But good luck with that.
All right. And we're on Nicole.
Hi, Nicole.
What does the spirit want me to know?
All right, that sounds like my reading.
Yes. And I'll take the Lenormand.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. It's here with me here. Just a minute. I'm getting out my Cyril Marchetti Tarot Grand Lux. Here you go.
Thanks.
So what was the question? Oh, it's coming towards... No, wait, that was Libra. What is the question again for Nicole?
What does the spirit want me to know?
Yes, that's right. So it's the 10 of coins reversed. Spirit... Well, Nicole, Spirit may want you to know there may be some disruption, either related to family or your finances a little bit here, your stability and well-being on a material level. I don't, I know you've had some health concerns and some, other concerns you're dealing with. I'm not sure that relates to that, but it may relate to it indirectly in that, you may need... you may need to kind of pinch your pennies for a while here. You may try to start thinking of a long-term strategy to build, some money for something that you need, for future needs.
Spirit wants you to know that maybe your foundation, whether it's family or whatever, does need some work. It may be something you can accomplish at this time, but you certainly need to know about it. It may be that could be saying that if there are people who normally are in positions supportive to you, it may be at this time they're not able to, or that they choose not to. This may be saying you're doing what you need to do on your own.
That's a good call, what Mr. O said about family support. You know, sometimes, and it could be financial, but it could just be something to help you, you know, land on your feet, whatever, in whatever way. And it just seems as though there's some problems here. There's some issues here. So why is this important? Because in a sense, you may have just undergone a crisis or a breakthrough moment of some sort that's kind of left you, I don't know, wide open emotionally, and maybe has shook your world a little bit. And so you realize here, you know, that you've learned some lessons from this, and you want to move forward in a positive direction now. That's why this is important, is you were hoping on a little bit more support to help you along the way. But you know what? With the Tower up right here in this position, it's important for you to know that you can pick up the pieces and move forward anyway.
That's exactly right. Spirit is saying that even though you may have stumbles, you may have more than you care to want to have, you will always be able to realize what those issues were about and perform some sort of corrective action there, even if you're only able to think about it and realize that it is a lesson you are learning.
So where are things headed? Wow, look at that, a repeat. Okay.
It's the Magician reversed again. Looks like Neil Young with a beard.
I'm going to give you two pieces of advice here. And one is that be wary, you know, if you do need help, support, whatever that support may be, financial, emotional, etc., that you're dealing with good people to help you. Because there's a lot of trickery out there today. There's a lot of scams, and there's a lot of people that like to take advantage of vulnerable people. And the Magician reverse just made me think of that right away here. That I'll stop before I give my other thought.
That's a great observation. You know, in this regard, the magician reminds us of maybe, you know, the stage magician. Their goal is
to fool you.
To fool you, even though in that context it's about entertainment. The entertaining such a person in your life could mean that they're entertaining themselves with your money, your resources, your friends, your credibility, something else that you may not want them to get away with.
It's a sleight of hand thing, you know. There might be something in fine print of something you sign. You got to be very careful who you deal with.
So, Nicole, I see you there. This is saying really think about who you trust when you look for help or when people are offering help to you.
And the other thing I would add to this is no time to play games in your life. This is a time for you to be totally authentic and real with yourself, okay? Whether it's about your financial matters, whether it's about what you're dealing with, you know, on an emotional or healing level, this is a time to be real. No phony act, no making excuses. Be real with yourself.
All right, so the Lenormand. It's the coffin and influenced by the book.
All right, it's an end to, how do I want to say this? I think that, do you have something?
Well, is it finding out that the bad things are almost over or will be ending?
Well, it's finding out that something's coming to an end. It is. So whatever that is, something is coming to an end in your life. It's rather neutral to me. So I'm not sure if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. Maybe it's the end of this crisis moment and you're picking up the pieces and moving on. So it could very well relate to the Tower here. I can feel that. I think Mr. O might have saw that too. All right. Are you done with Nicole?
Yeah, I'm done. I
Okay.
think I agree with that.
Yeah, so that's it. That's what we have for you is Coffee Boy Gets More Coffee.
It was Kara's fault because she said I got my coffee.
It's all Kara's fault.
It's always. It was Kara all along.
So anyway, that's what we have for you. We're going to move on. I'm just going to see who's next. You're very welcome, Nicole. You're very welcome.
You take care.
And take care of yourself. I know you're going to do okay. And, you know, I don't believe in mincing words with the cards. I just have to call it like I see it. So sometimes they may be a little tough. They may be telling you, speaking truth to you. But it's easy for denial to set in no matter what. I deny many things. So I live in a state of denial sometimes. Big time. All right, Mr. O, pull them off. Mr. O can vouch for that. So.
Excuse me. Bless me, bless me.
What kind of person is my future husband? So let's try the 3-card thing I usually do. That'll be your deck, right?
Okay. Let's see. I'll take.
Gonna get my Jack-o'-lantern tarot out for the next read. Got it. I got it. No worries.
I just needed room for myself, dear.
Oh. Okay, Spill Boy.
We wish you well. Keep coming, checking in with us.
Take care, Nicole.
All right. So is this turning over until we find the right cards?
Yes.
Alrighty. Ready, set, able.
Don't like this. What's going on? All right, let's see what you got.
First card, Emperor.
Well, that's not helping. You didn't need to do that up there. And then you got your coffee here. Think about what you're doing. Oh, my goodness.
I'm fine. I'm doing fine. Doing all right. It's the Knave of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. Here, I'll move that.
The Page of Cups.
So, the person who could be, or the kind of person it could be, is somebody who's maybe young in mind, if not younger than you, possibly. But they're kind-hearted, but they're maybe a little bit poetic, mystical-minded, so sometimes they seem a little bit like they're not paying attention. It could be that they're thinking of a poem in their head, or maybe they're just thinking about other things that most of us don't always think about. They're a daydreamer. That's the word I'm looking for. They may be a daydreamer.
Well, and that's the point I want to make here, Estelle, is it may be hard to, depending on the kind of personality you are, this person's very lofty thinking. They have lots of creative ideas, but what are they really willing to get off the ground? Sometimes we have to take that things from our head and make things happen. This person lives a lot in their head.
True.
And so they're always thinking of pie in the sky dreams, and they may not be really, practical is the word that I'm looking for. And so on some level, you're going to find them very romantic. You're going to find them very loving. And I would say this too, that you kind of got to watch them because they could be
a player
a little bit.
Well, the other thing to consider, though, is that as this kind of personality, it's likely that they may grow and mature, but it's not a given.
It's not a given. Well, okay, so now we're looking for is it the Major Arcana, I think?
Right. And what does that mean?
It's like a theme for this future husband.
And it's the very next card. It's the Empress reversed.
I also wanted to add, and does that fit in with what I just said in a way?
Yeah, in a
but
way.
I think here too, I wanted to add that this person could be a water sign. It's pretty clear to me they've got a lot of watery energy. I see the Empress here and I think of Earth, but they need grounding. They don't have grounding. So if you are a very grounded person, you will help them maybe try to bring these ideas down to Earth. But the problem is, they can't just think about these things. They have to do the work involved. And so keeping them productive may be a problem. They get non-motivated very easily. They need nudges to keep motivated, maybe even as far as keeping the relationship going. It's like you're going to have to kind of motivate them to do things. This isn't necessarily really bad stuff, but, it's personality traits.
I like what you said there. I get the feeling like that in some respects, the tone of this marriage may be a little bit of hands off, in the sense that people peripheral to the marriage, family members, they may let you guys go your own way, and that is not necessarily a good or a bad thing. They might feel like, oh, Estelle and the new guy have it together, but maybe you need a little direction, or maybe you need something to orient to. This could just say that really, left to your own devices, you may really come to care for each other, take care of each other, and you may not expect necessarily, family involvement to some degree.
Well, okay, this is about his personality and who she's marrying.
It's the tone of the marriage.
Right. Okay,
I think
it's
I just
about
described
who she's
that.
marrying. It's about the person. What kind of person is my future husband?
I thought in your reading, card 2 described their relationship.
I was talking about his personality towards
that
the
was
relationship.
the first card. Okay, you changed the reading on me.
No, I didn't.
I think you did. Fine. I'm not sure I can get back on track, but I'll try.
Okay. Okay, I guess it's the tone. It's the theme of the marriage. I see what you're saying. I was thinking about it as the theme of him. His theme in his life. He's rather non-productive. He really lives in his head a lot. That's why I was kind of putting that together.
This could just say that in this relationship, this may be the person who presents needing more care, more self-care.
I like that.
Okay. And then maybe this also indicates that, maybe this person's parents or family are a little bit hands-off.
And you know what? I'm sorry. Maybe I did change the reading on you a little bit.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
But let's go and throw another card on this and see what future holds here for this person.
Slow and steady.
They're very... See, this is really a theme here. This is really a theme. It's kind of like they're very dreamy. They're very lofty. They've got a lot of pie-in-the-sky thinking. They're a water sign. And over here, they're a little bit lacking the productivity. They need a little bit more self-care, and they're going to need some encouragement from you. That's what I feel where maybe in the marriage that comes in, is, they're going to need constant encouragement to follow their dreams.
But they progress from being a page to a knight, is what it seems like.
That's positive. Yes. I think here they're going to learn as they go. I think that's what that card means here. So, as far as the relation, as far as they go with the marriage and with you, or just in what kind of partner they will be, everything they do is kind of slow motion. But I think they're learning as they go, and that's a positive.
All right, I agree with this. Next.
Well, this is even worse.
No, we're sorry. It's the cross and the house.
But this is about the person that you're marrying. And I'm thinking to myself here, Estelle, this person might come from a broken home. Maybe he came from an environment where, his parents divorced, or one of them died early, or something like that. I could also see here too that maybe this person has had a failed marriage, and they kind of carry that with them. They carry whatever this is with them, and so that's another aspect.
Own other idea, which is in some cultures, the oldest son is the most favored, the one who's going to inherit, and subsequent children or sons may be not paid as much attention to by the family, not as favored by the family, because they're not the one who's inheriting everything. So this presents to me as maybe this is a subsequent son of that family. Maybe they're the second or third son, and so they're not held to be as important or not as favored in in that family.
Interesting. Okay.
Just an idea I have.
Okay, so they carry some baggage that could impact, the marriage to some extent. But I'll just say this. I really don't see any real super red flags here.
No.
About this person in general. So I think you can feel good about that. They just may need a little extra support from you. Good luck with that.
Alrighty. Siama.
What do we got for Siama? What can we argue about with Siama?
General?
All right. General reading. Well, that's easily accomplished. Here you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I see what I did there. And I should have said I wanted to do my reading but slightly altered.
It's
Because
okay. We shall speak of it no more.
Yeah.
Let's just stay focused.
I am. Oh, I am.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Sting later. Yeah. Don't I know? But this Aries knows how to deal with that. All right. Okay, so it's a general reading. We have the Five of Cups upright. I like this. We have the Three of Pentacles upright. Okay. And we have the High Priestess reversed.
And in the Lenormand, fish. And an anchor.
All right. Well, Siama. It seems like there maybe have been some setbacks or disappointments lately. You keep thinking of maybe missed opportunities or things you should have pursued that you did not. Or maybe some relationships or career opportunities that have passed you by, and you're not realizing that all is not lost here. You could move forward from this. This is like focusing on the loss instead of the fact that I can just move on. All this means is I can just move on and explore what else is out there. And I think here with the, the Three of Pentacles reversed.
No, it's not reversed.
I'm sorry, it is upright. Three of Pentacles upright indicates to me that people could be, you could maybe turn to some people for support right now. Maybe if something you were trying to do, for example, on your own has not worked out, maybe it's time to team up with others. Maybe this card is here to say this is time to team up with others and find a group of people who you can work with to propel something forward that you couldn't do on your own.
Siama, I'm wondering if this is somehow a mental journey you're taking, a mental travail you're going through, a realization maybe that, wherever you are in your life, you're sort of looking at it as saying like, I'm not getting where I want it to be. To some degree, Banshee's right. There may be things that you're not understanding the importance or significance to have those in your life. You're concentrating more on what didn't happen or what you lost a hold of. But this may actually serve to bring you towards something that structures you or maybe allows you to work within a discipline that creates the manifestation. And 3 is a number of manifestation.
That's nice. I like
so
this.
Whether you're actually, if this is actually coming through, and like I said, it's mental, so I'm actually wondering if this is from some sort of support network, whether it's a formal one or not. Maybe it's about you talking with friends or family members about your situation and getting that feedback from them. Or maybe it is something more formal, if that's possible, a support group that operates in its own time and space specifically for people with your kind of feelings, anxieties, or whatever. Just a thought there. But I think ultimately it leads you to the idea that some of the solutions you need are not going to be lofty-minded as much as practical, common sense kind of things. So overall, this may be about some of your contentment with your life currently, the physical properties thereof.
Well, I don't know if I'd say an ultimate end here, but I think that card indicates to me that, yeah, it's more practical. I think what you have to do here is use your head and not your gut. You know, I often turn these things around. Sometimes it's better for us to go with our gut on something, and other times it's time to think things through. It's time to use our brain and think things through logically, analytically, and not trust on our gut to guide us, because things, you know, your feelings might be getting in the way here. Disappointment and a lack of progress or whatever it is that's affecting you could be clouding your psychic or your intuitive vision. So it's time to really think about things. Use your head and maybe work with others to find a solution or to move forward with your projects and goals. Whether this is learning a skill or craft from others or becoming an apprentice in a business, what do you call it? An internship maybe in a business, so you learn the ropes and you get more skills and you can leave this disappointment behind. I think here with the Lenormand, right now it's saying, you know, you're not in a bad place. You want to find a place, though, right now where you are stable financially. Right now, maybe rather than going for the gold, so to speak, you should just focus on finding ways to stabilize yourself financially and put some money aside so that you can, prepare for the future. Let's say if you want to start your own business or something like that, or you have other future goals. Find stability right now.
The final message here may be from that Lenormand, maybe the idea that this is more of a time for you to focus on your actual physical well-being, whether it is financial security or whether it is any other kind of things about yourself, where you live, safety factors, things like that. Rather than maybe spending too much time worrying about, some of these, more mental kind of things that are going on too, the emotional parts of your life, they're probably just not going to be as important for you really once you realize you should just achieve that sense of security.
So that's what we have for you. I think it was an interesting read as well. Good luck
Hope you
with
like that. Alrighty, and
Preeti is up and wants a general as well.
A general for Preeti. All right. I want to use the universal monsters. And recently, I think you can probably Google it, we were interviewed by the Spirit of Tarot blog, and I've been chatting with her on the side, and she really likes this particular deck I'm going to use. She didn't recognize all of the actors, so we're going to kind of go back and forth about some of those
cards.
Mean
for a card of the day, though, not that deck?
No, she meant this deck.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she was talking about the Universal Monsters. This is a private conversation.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Because at first I thought she was talking about the Cosmic Tarot, which has the likenesses of some older film stars, Clark Gable even. But then I realized, then she told me, no, I meant this one. So, alrighty, so Preeti wanted a general reading. Let's see what we got here. And our first card is the Lovers upright. Then the Eight of Castles, which is the Pentacles. Pentacles, coins, discs.
Reversed or upright?
It's upright also.
Got it.
And then the final card is the Four of Cups. Do I have that right? Because, oh my goodness. Castles, crypts. Crypts are like cups. Yes.
Okay.
So I am right. This is the Four of Cups.
Well, they are containers.
Yes, right. That's why I remember that. Okay. Oh dear, what are they holding? The Heart and the Crossroads.
Well, the Lover's card is here. So I don't know, Preeti, if some romantic situation is coming your way or getting deeper, whatever the case may be. That's a positive sign for love. But it doesn't have to be about love. It can be about choices. It can be about the choices you make in regards to maybe the work that you do or want to do. Maybe there's some choice or decision you're going to have to make about a job offer or something going on in your workplace that's going to come up. The Four of Cups here is kind of indicating that you really need to give this some thought. And really, everything's kind of leaning this way. And wait till you see where I go with this. Just a minute. The Four of Cups is leaning this way and saying you really need to step back and think about if you want to go with this opportunity, whether it is love or whether it is about business concerns. And my advice to you is, see, you've got the Crossroads here in the Heart. You need to move where your heart wants you to go.
You're so much better at the Lenormand, so I'm glad you did that because I probably would have
stumbled. That's why I was trying to rein you in.
I probably would have stumbled over that. Everything else is like letter perfect, Preeti. I couldn't really disagree with any of this. I think something is coming to you that represents a great opportunity that you love, whether it's deepening or finding a relationship you've dreamed about, or some sort of business opportunity because it is the Pentacles.
Now it is, I will say this about that Four of Cups. You know, it's about an opportunity coming. Take it or leave it. You have to think about it. But if you spend too much time thinking about it, it could disappear. So if an opportunity comes up for something, whether it's business, love, romance, decide what you're going to do.
Whatever it is, whether it's love or business, it feels like it's something you feel you can handle this, you know. You are ready for this thing, whether it's the relationship.
That's true with that Eight of Pentacles there, yeah. So go with your heart.
So go with your heart, absolutely.
Good luck with that.
Good luck.
Interesting reading. Christine,
hey,
hello.
Christine.
Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to use my Healing Light Tarot for that.
Hi, Christine.
Oh. Yay, congrats.
Congratulations. How nice.
That's awesome. First place, that's great. First place in forms. Okay.
Good job.
All right, so what did the judges think of your performance from the tournament? What may have been communicated to staff at school? Well, one good deed has to lead to more, you know. The world is reversed here. Well, we'll get into this. I think that's an interesting beginning. And look, the Chariot's upright. Wow.
Oh, I love this tarot.
Guess what, Christine? And look at this card. Speaking of form. Look at the card. Speaking of form.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Wow. Picture
It's
perfect.
the Nine of Cups. Upright.
The Nine of Cups. Nice.
So, all I got to say here is, they think maybe you could possibly even be better than what you've shown everybody yesterday. They have good big expectations of you. They feel that maybe it's not so much that your training is not done, but that your awards are not done, maybe. That there is more to achieve here and more to accomplish. And then when I look at the Chariot, isn't that like a green light moving forward? This shows you have the drive, the skills, the motivation, and you're moving towards, attaining what you truly desire here. And this is really about what's being communicated. They realize you are a powerhouse here. You have a lot of drive and motivation going for you, and that you can accomplish great things. That's what this says.
It almost feels like you fulfilled their wish.
Maybe.
Because that's how the question was asked, right?
Yeah. Wow, and I know I've talked to maybe Ari before about some of this, and I've talked to other people here. It's kind of always how you formulate your questions that are important. With yours, you just wanted to know, for example, what did they think of your performance? What may have been communicated? It was very neutral. You left open for a positive or negative answer, and you got it. If you had done that differently, like, I'm not feeling good about my performance yesterday, what did they think? We might not have gotten this result. I think the cards respond to the way you're feeling. And right now, winning that award and saying what you said after tells me you came into this reading with positive energy, and we delivered it back to you.
Oh, then I guess it's time to show the Lenormand.
No. Darn you. Ah,
The
well,
mice.
it's okay.
The
That's
mice.
okay.
And the ring.
You know what? Commit yourself to rising above any little obstacles that may come your way. That's really all this is. And realize that most of the things that you have to work through, they're only going to be temporary. They're only going to be temporary annoyances. Commit yourself to not allowing little things to throw you off your game.
Right. Commit yourself to not sweating the small stuff.
And that's even if
'Cause that's
some
the mice.
people
Small
don't appreciate what you did yesterday. Maybe there might be some people out there that might say, so what? Because they are who they are, whatever. Don't let that get to you.
And I think really, to me, one of the important parts is the fact that the world reverse says they know or they feel you can do better even. As good as they do feel already. So nice.
Interesting. Nice reading. Holy moly. That was just like A+ for a medal winner.
Congratulations.
Yep. All right. Thank you.
Yes, keep up all the good work.
It's going to be time for the Golden Girls next.
I don't know what I want next. Let's see. What have I not used?
We're on Claudia.
Claudia.
She wanted to have a career reading, so let's see what we get.
Okay, I'm going to use my Barbieri Tarot. It's very nice. I like it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And he got first place in form, second in
Wow,
weapons.
awesome.
I admire you for this because it's nothing I could ever do. Just getting my bones up and running is a chore. But so awesome. Congratulations to both you and your son. All right, Claudia, we are here to do the career reading for you.
Good cards only. Good cards only.
That's right.
Well, I don't think we predicted medals for you, but we thought you would do well. But that's awesome, Really glad to hear that.
And it's the Ten of Wands. Upright. That's your first card. It's the Sun reversed. And the Sun reversed is never a bad card. And it's the Four of Swords reversed.
Oh, interesting.
So it's very interesting because it almost tells its own story in a way.
Well, wait, there's more.
Lady in red. Couldn't resist. I warble. And stork. Okay, I don't got a song for the stork. Who's your baby? Never mind.
So an interesting reading here, Claudia. You may be, if you're not doing it, if it's not happening now, it may be happening soon, but you may be experiencing or will be some burdens in this area, some stress, some strain, some difficulties, whether it's in finding a job or whether it's working at the job you're at now. There seems to be pressure or stress. Sometimes this card almost makes it look like it's a burden too hard to bear. But I think you're going to bear it okay. But let's see what Mr. O says about this.
Well, my
card.
feeling about this is that this is probably in the sense of nowish going forward, that, applying yourself to the demands of furthering your career will feel like it's a burden or it's a lot of work, but you also will have that sense that it's an obligation to you in order to find a way to achieve better. And so I think that's what it is you're cultivating this sense of, like, I will have to work really hard. I will have to really focus on this as my goal.
And so the burdens you're experiencing, I really just want you to know that I think pressures will ease somewhat. I really do feel some pressures will ease for you, either because you find a way, to handle them better, maybe more efficiently, or maybe the workload lightens up, or if there's pressures from people, they kind of back off. I feel with the Sun reversed here that it's a card of some minor success coming your way. And so I feel that strongly, and we're leading here to the Four of Swords, which indicate reversed, which indicates to me that there's a renewed sense of energy and vitality here, that it seems as though you're able to, get your wind back, so to speak. And so either you're able to move forward where you are, or I can't rule out the fact that you find a way out of this situation. Do you get a transfer? Do you find another job? If you're actively looking for another job, there is potentials here to find one.
Well, the first card implied to me that maybe you are in the effect of looking to further your career one way or the other. You're keeping your eye out for openings you can apply to, things like that. To me, when I look at the Sun reversed, I think it's saying, because the Sun also is about illumination, finding out things, I think it's wondering to me if something you find out that's not a big thing, but maybe it's a small thing, is like gives you an edge, gives you a purpose, like makes you realize, oh, maybe I can do this thing. It's just something that kind of puts the idea in your head of another thing you can do to further your career, your resume, which I think will lead towards what Banshee's talking about. That Four of Swords is somebody who feels they've worked through a process of some healing within themselves or without. Maybe it could be somebody who's recovering from any number of physical or emotional, mental spectrum things, but really saying, it's up to me. I have to do it. I have to get up and get moving there. So it's about really a sense of motivation. I still think it inspires from the beginning the sense of realizing you have an obligation to try to make your life better.
Right, your career life better.
Yes.
You know, I also see here, and this is why I said if you're looking for an out, you know, somehow, some way, some new beginning is going to happen for you. You know, maybe this just means that the burdens are going to be easing and you feel so much better, like this is a fresh start. The stork is here, and the stork is about new beginnings being possible. So I feel here that some of this is going to shift and change for you. And if you're interested in, you know, a transfer or looking for a promotion or moving on to a different position, I think there's favorability here for you to be able to seek that successfully. So it's up to you. It looks to me like things are going to start to ease.
One way or the other then, you know, I mean, we're hopeful that either it does help you currently or moving forward in your career. It really feels like with that stork is like this new beginning will directly influence you. So whatever it is, maybe the company you work for has some expansion and they feel like your talents will help with that. Something really starts and it sort of works towards you because you're the right one for it or something like that.
Well, obviously with this Four of Swords reversed here, something is motivating you and renewing your energy. So it's as if, you know, like I said, pressures will start to ease, and either through your own, you know, through your own mindset or your own abilities to make changes to make things better, or your workplace is, you know, instrumental in making this happen. And it's just going to feel like a fresh start for you. So I like this. I think it's positive. So I'm wishing you the best on that. Good luck with that.
A part of me feels that what you may find out, the sun reversed, you know, is the possibility of a career or position that you feel you might be able to qualify for. So maybe it's something like that is going to happen too. I sure hope so, Claudia. You'll have to let us know. We love the feedback. We like knowing that we worked it out or that maybe we didn't.
Good luck with that. I'm changing my mind on the
You're
tarot
welcome.
I want to use for V's question. I'm going to use the... I left that in there. I thought I took this. No, that's right. That one is in there. I'm going to use the Raven's Dream Tarot for this question.
Yeah, thank you. We always love to hear feedback. And, you know, sometimes people come back to us like a long time and then they'll say like, oh, remember when you did da da da? And we're like, not really. But then they say, well, it worked out exactly, or it worked out really close to that. We love hearing that.
Very welcome, Claudia. Take care, and thanks for stopping in. V has an important question about the dog.
Yes, I remember this.
And so wants to know if Princess has any messages for me.
Aw. We're so sorry about Princess. That is very sad. Well, we appreciate that. I mean, hopefully, you know, every once in a while I get on my high horse and kind of get bickery and stuff and angsty, but at the end of the day, we are really here to try to help people. What?
I just said, no, you don't get that way.
You never do, so I should be better like you.
I'm a hot-headed Aries. Just goes with...
You're better at taking control of your emotions than I am.
Maybe.
Yes, you are.
That's debatable.
Well, when the camera's not running, all bets are off.
All right. V, what is the message from Princess? Aww. This is so sweet.
Oh. It's the Queen of Pentacles.
You know, Princess would want you to know that she's very grateful for the care you gave her. You know, she's very grateful for the life she had, however long it was. and that she loves you. She cares about you. She left this world caring about you, and she knows she was cared for by you, that you did the best you could for her. I know. It makes me want to cry.
Princess will always feel that you were the queen of her life. You were the queen that gave her life, her world. The Queen of Pentacles is earth. It's the world. You gave her the world that she had, and she will always appreciate that.
I'm kind of leaving this open-ended, Mr. O. It's not exactly...
I'm already crying by it.
I know. It's not exactly my reading, but look at this. The Three of Pentacles. I feel here that she felt you were a real team. You know? That you guys were good for each other. She recognized that you were good for each other. And I feel here, you know, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I want this to play out before I say what I'm going to say. But this is just so nice, you know?
Right. The Three of Pentacles often exemplifies the sense of people being ready to work with the team, ready to move forward. And maybe that's how she always saw you, is that you guys were together for life. And though it may not be now, she knows, you know, that in some ways the team is still there working. And maybe she wants you to, you know, eventually find your way towards, you know, another team.
Oh my God.
I knew this was going to happen.
Be ready. I'm crying because this is really, be ready for this card. She wants you to know it's okay to move on. And also she wants you to know she has moved on. She, you know, moved on fairly smoothly, I feel. And so hopefully her death happened fairly quickly, you know, at a horrible, brutal attack, it sounds like. But she has moved on, and she says it is okay for you to do so as well. That is the Two of Swords reversed. I am just not making this stuff up here. The Two of Swords reversed says it's time to make a move. It's time to move or make a decision. So it's time to move on.
I grew up in a family that always had dogs, and even many years after I was gone from the immediate family, my mom always had dogs, and she always loved her dogs, and she always spent every last penny on making sure they were cared for. And every time one got old and finally passed away, she cried and she mourned them. And then literally within days, she was so sad, she said, I have to get another dog. And she just went out and got another dog, usually from a shelter. And one time she said, I feel guilty, but it makes me feel so good. It's like, that's what they're there for. They're there to make you feel
okay, Mr.
better.
O, don't cry more. We've got less than a half hour.
Okay, so my Lenormand, I'm a little puzzled because I have the bear.
It's all right.
And I have the clover.
Why are you puzzled?
Well,
this is basic. Let me think. Well, okay, it is a little tricky to put them together, but not exactly. I think here, this is saying, despite, you know, that things are going to turn around. I think that Princess wants you to know that things are going to turn around for you, and you're going to feel stronger after all is said and done. Because of Princess in your life and what she gave to you, and what you gave to her as well, she has moved on with strength, and you too will become a stronger person through this experience. Even though it breaks your heart right now, what you are going through, you will do fine. You will do fine. And Princess is there, will always be there to, you know, support you. Because this card, the bear, can also be about support. Princess might be looking after you from the other side in the same way you looked after her on this side. Okay, did that make sense?
Best wishes.
You want to leave it at that?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
You said it as well as I could have. Well, better than I could have.
Ooh. Sorry, V. Again, very sorry for your loss.
Okay, we are on Dr. Victor.
Hey, Dr. V.
Hey. And that's going to be my deck.
Ah.
I'm going to use the Ancient Egypt Tarot by Clive Barrett.
Hey, we tarot card readers, we can get emotional. We feel the feels. Last quarter of the year. Well, let's see.
Is this just a regular read?
Yeah, I think so. Because a lot of things can happen in the last quarter of the year.
All right. So the first one is the Six of Discs or Pentacles.
The Six of Pentacles? Okay.
Yes, and it's upright.
Okay.
Followed by the reversed Four of Wands.
Six of Pentacles. Okay.
And then followed by the upright Six of Wands. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I almost feel like
Wait.
Okay.
I just want to get that out.
Crossroads. And the birds.
I'm going to let you go.
All right. So the Six of Discs, it's kind of looks like maybe there's something going on with your finances. Maybe you're receiving more money, but maybe also you're spending more around. It could be that maybe if there is an increase in your income, maybe you will be using this to share in certain ways or to beautify your own home. But more likely, I get the feeling like maybe there are debts you have to pay off, or maybe there are gifts you want to buy. Maybe you want to invest in yourself too, or in a minor child or somebody else, their education, something like that. That was the first card, the Six of Discs. The Four of Wands, maybe this tells me that maybe there is something around the home that is not exactly perfect. Four of Wands upright would say it's a wonderful home. Maybe this is saying maybe you want to put this money or this increase into the home in some way. I'll just leave it with that for the moment.
Well, I do like where he's going there. I feel Dr. V, but I don't know if it's the home front or something else. Maybe what this is saying here with the Six of Discs and the Four of Wands, that maybe it's time to invest in yourself and, your own dreams and goals right now, if finances are stable enough to do so. This is indicating that maybe you're trying to figure out exactly, because I'm also looking ahead and thinking about the crossroads here and stuff, and we'll talk about that. But maybe the Six of Pentacles are saying that really this quarter, for the end of the year, things are going to be fairly stable for you financially. I feel that way. No ups, no downs that are really major for you. But, maybe you wish things could be better. Maybe you're looking for more stability, whether it's in your financial realm or it's some other place. But whatever the case may be here, sometimes that Four of Wands is about structure and stability and not just the home, but it can be represented by the home. And here with the Six of Wands, I feel here that by the end of the year, you're going to achieve some success. Something good is going to happen. And it could be in your career sector. So if you are looking for a job or employment or a promotion of some sort or a raise in pay, maybe by the end of the year that will occur. It looks as though your talents and skills and abilities will be recognized, whether it's in your present place of employment or somewhere else.
The Six of Wands is about some sort of personal recognition or success. I sort of feel that it is possibly tied into the Six of Discs. It's just too interesting that they're framing that.
I know that.
To me, but I don't see the obvious connection other than the fact that maybe some of this does involve investing in yourself in terms of, a particular certification that maybe would help you in your career. Because I do feel that this is about career too, where the success quotient lies there. But that's what I got with that. I'm going to move on to the Lenormand and suggest too that
I have thoughts there.
Communication and crossroads. So I almost wonder if it is, maybe there is a possibility of a lateral or another move somewhere else outside of the current company, or if it is maybe more personal, like maybe there is some sort of move, I think.
Well, whether it's personal or whether it's business related, I feel here that communicating and networking and interacting with others is you're going to find a way forward by doing so. Whether, a new relationship starts and gives you a new direction to go towards, or whether this is career oriented. Networking and communicating has a lot to go with where these next few months are going to take you, or where you go after these few months are done.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah. So
a lot of this really talks about
stuff.
Your own vectors towards success, your own sense of achievement and career. And
or other things.
Yeah.
I'm not ruling out like that this could be personal here, a relationship. With the other thing, it does seem to be more career or financial oriented. I will say that.
All right.
So it seems like those will be the focuses and emphasis. Good luck.
Right.
All right. So Tanya, are you here? Were you just shy about posting a question?
Well,
I'm just
Violet
saying
says
it.
she scratched her name because she.
I know that. I'm just saying it. And if you're here, you could say you're here. But other than that, we're going to move on, and we're going to take
This
Lilith's
is literally
question.
the last second.
Yep.
And Lilith is here though, and Lilith asks, "Any message I need to hear?"
I know they post their question, but the nature of what we do sometimes, Violet, some people just don't want to post that question. So, until they're ready. And then some people delete it right away because they don't want it to be seen. So...
I don't necessarily appreciate, but I understand that some people may have a valid reason why they don't want to put their question there.
So, I give them the benefit of the doubt, but I believe they're not here or they would have said something. So, we'll move on. Tanya is gone. So, Lilith.
Any message I need to hear?
And I wish people would just, if people who don't want to post their question in advance, and maybe I'll say this at the start of some shows, is just let Violet know that. That's all you need to do is just let Violet know that. So, and then we know that you'll be around.
I can't pretend to know everything about everybody. I do think that some people sort of just bop in, and if they're not first right then, they've already moved on.
Yeah.
And that's just their style. I'm not going to comment on it.
Yeah.
But I agree with that, Violet. And it's respect for you as well as for us.
All right. So Lilith had any message she needs to hear, and it's my deck again.
Exactly.
I'll use the Golden Girls for this one. Exactly. That's it.
Well, we're still running through various ideas for things to do in the future, whether they change the format of a show or just give us some other opportunities. So you never know what's going to happen.
Whew, okay.
She's an Aries, damn it. She's got to know.
Ooh. Wow, well, I think you'd want to know this, Lilith.
Dang.
See, Ace of Pentacles. So I think there's potential for growth coming into your some area of your life. Do you want romance? Do you want a career or a new job? Do you want to move somewhere? Do you want to renovate your home? Do you want to take better care of your health? What do you want to start up at this time? I think there's a green light to start up something if you're interested in doing so.
And because it's the Pentacles, that's the idea of growth. I mean, we could look at all the Pentacles as something beginning, but the beginning of growth could be applied to almost everything universally, whether it's the ability of your heart to grow with another person or a thing, or whether you're talking about your finances or talking about anything else, really.
So why is this important? Because maybe you need to shake things up in your world a little bit. The Hierophant is reversed. And so the Hierophant talks about doing something unusual, something unorthodox, something different. You know, maybe something that's a little out of your comfort zone or a challenge for you, Lilith. It could pay off.
You're going to become a grower for, that stuff.
What?
Okay, no. Well, it is very unconventional, or maybe it's not anymore because I guess it's legal. I don't know.
What is he talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what he's talking about, but that's silly.
I do believe that it's important that you understand what it is you can grow or manifest at this time, because maybe you will perceive it as being really unusual or counter to some of your thoughts, but maybe that's why it's coming. Maybe what you need to know is that there's something really different you can do that you just didn't imagine you could do.
Wow. So where are things headed?
Mr. Money.
The King of Pentacles.
The King
what
of Pentacles.
The heck, Lilith? So I think here, anything you really want to grow and get off the ground could pay off and could bring a sense of more order and security into your life. Maybe it's just the fact that you try something new, it turns out to work out for you, it makes you feel on top of the world, that you can do almost anything. You feel stronger within yourself. You feel more grounded.
So in the Lenormand, there's an anchor which kind of supports it. The idea that maybe something is stabilizing or could stabilize. But we have the ship, though, and so maybe...
It's a move or a beginning.
It's a move or a beginning. You are moving towards something that will be stabilizing.
Wow. Well, it's interesting, too, the ship and the anchor, though. One could think moves are halted. I could look at it that way. But I would say here, if that's the case, maybe it's just telling you, hey, if you don't move on this, you're going to be stuck in place. Maybe you need to move your mindset or your, the needle towards something you really want to manifest in your life right now. Because the universe is saying this is the time. We had a lot of red flags and bad things going on bad cards when Mercury was retrograde. But now a lot more people are getting green lights on certain things. And so I think here, this is saying go with something. Go with something you want to do, you want to accomplish, you want to achieve.
All right.
Good luck with that. Wow.
Good luck, Lilith.
All right, Kara.
Hey, Kara.
Oh, it's the imposter guy. Will he pay? Do you want to do a yes-no on that?
Sure, we could.
I think we should do a yes-no on that.
Will he get what's coming to him?
Let's just see.
Well, for some reason...
Sometimes these guys keep going on, Okay, we had a really terrible case in Michigan, and it did happen to be Nigerians, too. And, hey, just to be clear, everybody, a lot of these countries have scam artists in them, not just Nigeria. But this was a sex scam, and it was about a teenager. They posed as a woman wanting pictures, and then, of course, they used it against the teenager to get money and threaten him, and he ended up committing suicide. They caught them. And they were charged, and they got jail time. They got some fairly serious jail time over this. So, maybe they will get what's coming to them for scams. Maybe they won't. There's so many scammers out there right now. All got to be careful.
We're just doing the regular yes or no, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this is just We're toying with another yes-no technique that when we're doing a reading and we think it needs a yes/no clarification, it'll be a simpler way of accomplishing that. But we're still working out some of the finer points with it. We think we've almost got it down. But if the reading itself we feel is a yes/no, we're going to go with our regular method of doing it.
We're both coughing a lot.
What? I don't know about this at all, this Lenormand.
Okay, it's leaning towards no.
Oh, man.
There was only one ace. It's interesting that death, upright, is in the middle. Change. But the final card is the reversed Seven of Wands.
Well, I like this.
Okay,
but
we could work it.
I'm going to hold the Lenormand off for a minute because they may not get what they have coming, but something is going to alter their path because there is death, there's change afoot for them. It could be constructive change because death is more or less positive depending on the cards it's around. But this is making me wonder. I have a feeling they're going to be taken off their little pedestal there a bit. Somebody is going to get the upper hand on them. And, in other words, they're going to get a comeuppance that's going to make them radically alter something in their lives. So I'm not going to say they're going to necessarily feel the pain from what they're doing, but they may have to change their ways anyway, because something is going to happen.
This suggests to me that they will have to defend themselves, and maybe it won't be very easy for them to.
Right.
They won't really have a defense.
And you'll see here that these are even too positive for me to really grok here, but maybe they find love in their life and they change their ways. Maybe they get a little empathy and maybe something dawns on them and they change their ways. Maybe they find religion and they change their ways. I'm not going to rule something like that out. In this case, it can happen. I like to give that sometimes good angels can prevail. Not everybody is the same. And we could easily say once a scammer, always a scammer, but it depends what you face in life. If something alters what happens to you and makes you think twice about what you're doing, you may decide to change your way.
And that's what I call aversion therapy. That sometimes you have to make the consequences hurt more than anything else before they eventually stop. If they don't feel they need to stop, they won't unless you make it hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So it may be painful, but it may not be the retribution you feel they deserve. But the bottom line is, if somebody changes and turns their life around, we should all be grateful for that if that's the case. And that's it. That's all I can say about it. So, interesting reading again. I just think some of these readings are really cool today. I love my tarot sometimes.
All right, grab an oracle for Angel Rivera.
Mr. Rivera, let's see what we have for you. All right, Mr. Rivera.
You're welcome.
What's on the bottom there? Oh, no, I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use the Season of the Witch. Mabon Oracles. I found my Samhain one. I'm so happy. My Halloween one because I didn't know where it was. But when we were looking for decks for a reading we did for Violet, I came across it. So win-win.
That's funny. That's very funny.
I found a couple other decks too. I found my Dancing in the Dark, which is now in the mix here. Tarot. I found that too. The only thing I'm missing, and the weirdest thing about this is it's in a bigger box. So what did I do with it? My Shadowlands tarot has disappeared, and
That's
I'm not
weird
sure where.
too. That
I
one.
know. I think it might be pushed to the back on my shelves, and I'm going to have to take the ladder and look, because I have 2 rows of cards on those shelves, and I have to see if it's back there. It's possible I just can't see it.
So, reminding everybody that we are back on Thursday night. Banshee show this morning. Some of us were there, and it was
Yes.
really great. And she's getting a lot of views, so you may want to check out that information. We're sparkling on YouTube. Later in the week is the emotional exchanges.
What?
And I guess we are ready for Mr. Angel. What the hell?
Yeah, I know. So it's grieving, number 19.
But it looks like somebody jogging, and I'm thinking
It
of Angel
does.
now. Like,
Oh
don't
no,
jog
Angel.
yourself to death.
The chambers of your mourning are surrounded by nothingness, emptiness waiting to be seen. Why so blue, Angel
Is that the
Rivera?
reward
I can't
for
believe this
running?
card. Let's take a look.
Emptiness. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you don't feel that way, Angel, but just wondering.
Let's take a look why this woe is me stuff is here.
I should be better at exercise, really.
Your higher self chose this card because grief isn't just about the death of a loved one. Mourning is defined as feeling regret or sadness about the loss or disappearance of something. Mourning is defined as feeling regret or sadness about the loss. Well, I did say that, disappearance of something. You can grieve the end of a career, a move from one place to another, letting go of a dream, or seeing your children leave the nest. While grief isn't pleasant, it's important to acknowledge the loss of something or someone that was important to you. Doing so doesn't reduce the love you had for what you've lost, but it does give you a way to let go and move on. To ignore sadness is to deny a meaningful part of your life story. Pulling grieving is an opportunity to embrace the heavy emotions you have been carrying. Express the fullness of your heartache as a tribute to what once was, and then once you have cried, screamed, gotten angry, or sad, your spirit will be free. It's only when you deny your grief that it becomes baggage. Will you feel sad from time to time? Of course. Memories have a way of creeping in, even when a healthy grief process is there. But it won't be a constant thorn in your side. This card also reminds you that it's okay to feel sorrow for something or someone who's gone, even if that person or thing brought you great harm. The bad memories don't erase the good ones, and there's nothing wrong with cherishing any happiness you once experienced together. Excuse me. It doesn't matter if other people don't understand your grief, because it isn't theirs to understand in the first place. Boy, I like that last line.
That is so true. Any of us who feel that we are grieving, it's always going to be that way. And most of us will take comfort in realizing that.
Well, take it easy with your run, with your jog, your run. But, I think here this is more about maybe a lost opportunity. This could be about grief. I'm not going to second guess that. About someone or something you have left behind in the past. Sometimes too, ancient memories come to haunt us. Maybe an anniversary of somebody's passing or something negative that has happened in your life is nigh, and it brings back some memories that trouble you. It's okay to feel the feels and let them go. I think that, we never completely heal from some of our experiences in life, and maybe we're not totally meant to. We're meant to carry those scars, but we're meant to process them differently in time. They're meant to be a part of us in different ways as we go through it. And so I leave you with that, and just to think about what it might be that's burdening you at this time and making you feel sad.
Well, this may not be the same thing in Angel's case, but what you're talking about sounds to me like the overall concept of the sacred wound. something that happens to most people, usually in childhood or at some significant point, and they may not ever totally heal from it, but the information they receive from it, the feels they receive from it, do kind of, that's what informs them as they go on, and that maybe, growth is experienced through that lens in a way.
So the thing is, you may not be experiencing this now. I mean, maybe this is yet to come. And so just forewarned is forearmed. I'm not going to say brace yourself, but recognize that, we all have to grieve and feel the feels if something goes amiss in our lives. So just keep that in mind as you move forward through this time of year when we are closer. The veil is shifting. We feel that. We know that. And so we are closer to the other side, and some of the losses we may have even experienced in that regard. Okay.
All right.
Let's see.
Ari,
the Aries, and it's Violet Lotus, and we're done. Not bad. Not bad considering we did a birthday reading and went through 18 readings.
I know.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I have
what does Aries have?
Still have a tarot I have not used today, so I'm going to use it. It's the Mermaid's Tarot. You're welcome, Angel.
How will things be the first time you travel out of the country? Do you have a trip planned, or are we speculating here? If you're here, Aries, well, let's see what it says. We'll see what it says. Traveling out of the country for us has been Canada.
That's right over the river that we're like 20
We've done
miles
that
from.
a bit.
But you live in New York, or I believe you still do, so it could be the same for you, going to Canada.
That's right. We need to get that. Are you going to get the updated ID when you do your thing?
I guess I should.
I think it's going to cost more. But yeah, I'm probably going to have to change. I just got a license. I should have done it. We have to get that more graduated driver's license now. If you want to travel, like to Canada, or run there if the election goes south.
Escape.
Anyway, I digress.
All right, the first card, Ace of Wands. Wow.
You're welcome, Angel.
Second card, reversed Page of Pentacles. Third card is the upright Page of Wands. So it's kind of interesting. I almost get the feeling like
these are really cards of some movement here in a way.
Yeah.
And going forward with something. And that's the Knave of what reverse? Pentacles?
It's the Knave of Pentacles.
I thought so. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's not such light reading, but it is.
Well, Aries, you got to watch your spending. You got to watch your spending when you go overseas, the country. And I think here, too, that, you need to make sure everything is order. You have all in order. You have all the paperwork you need, whatever the case may be. And that you're prepared to take this trip overseas, if that's what it is, or to Canada, if that's what it is. That's what I feel here, is something right from the beginning of the trip. You have to make sure you have everything in order. I feel here that the trip itself would be you'd feel great. This would be something good for you. This could open your eyes to other cultures and, places that maybe you want to really explore. I think there's new experiences here for you, and a lot of enthusiasm could be generated by taking this trip.
Well,
I'm going to stop there before I go.
I think you're going to be really smitten with whatever happens. The Ace of Wands, I think, it's like it just begins a whole new idea process in your head that maybe you see opportunities, maybe you see career potentials or growth potentials, network potentials, possibly strong friendships that could become more. So I think you're going to be really smitten with what you find initially. That was the first card.
Yeah, and I did go to the second card a little bit here, but I'll say again, do watch make sure you have the money together for this trip. Understand what the costs will be over there, and whichever country you're going to, and that you don't overspend yourself, because you could make a bad situation out of this, and there could be delays and issues if you don't have everything together for this trip.
Now, to me, that reversed Page of Pentacles could mean that maybe you will feel you didn't do enough homework, or you didn't do enough research about where you were going, and so you feel like, not necessarily like a language barrier, but it could be that, like maybe you thought, oh, I could probably handle this, but you'll realize you can't. More likely it's an English-speaking country you're going to go to, and what you may not realize is certain customs or certain procedures are markedly different, and so that may surprise you, but a lot of that is something you can find out, and so you may find that out on the go as you're going there, or maybe you can take advantage of doing a little research ahead of time.
The Knight of Wands just says excitement, enthusiasm.
Yes, you did. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We called for you several times, and we asked you to leave your question. And
Tanya, if you had left your question, we could have done the reading, but we can't now. We're into overtime, so we're very sorry.
Yeah, our list is closed. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So it's really important to consider leaving your question, or you have to be here when we call your name, especially on days when we're really busy. So I'm sorry. We'll try to catch you next time. All right.
Right, we are on again on Thursday, and if you realize you want to, go somewhere else in the meantime, just leave us the question, and we will do it, and then you'll just have to navigate there.
So that's why we asked for the questions, because we know people can't always wait for their reading. But I'm sorry, we can't today. We just can't. So to finish up, I just want to say, Aries, that you should just go. When I see the Ace of Wands here and the Knight of Wands upright, this is saying go for it. Take this trip. You'll be enthused. You'll be excited. Things will. You'll come back feeling really good about it. But make sure you don't go off half-cocked here. Make sure you have everything together that you need before you go.
All right, Tanya. We'll catch you some other time.
Yeah. Take care.
So to me, that final card, the Page or Knave of Wands, I agree with Banshee. It's like, just go. But I also feel like there's good news in going too. Like maybe what I said before, like you're going to feel like maybe you see something that maybe is an opportunity for you. Maybe you're going to really want to go that way. So I have a feeling that, you might find something that could really give you the gist of what you want to do to move somewhere else. So we have the clouds, though, and that dark side is facing, the Clover.
Which basically means there's no dark side here. The Clover...
Okay.
The Clover...
It annuls it.
Huh?
It nulls it.
Yeah. The Clover basically transforms negative cards in big ways. I could look at this differently maybe if... Well, I can't look at this differently, because what it's saying is luck is on your side, and any issues or perhaps doubts you have about taking this trip, or confusion, they're going to disappear. Just do it. I think this is saying just do it.
Alrighty.
I like it.
So that's what we have for you, Ari.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. And now we're on Violet.
Okay.
Good question.
Oh, my deck. And I'll use...
Es la mío.
The Star Spinner. Did I use that one? You know what? I'm going to use Star Spinner. I didn't use Dancing in the Dark
You don't
today.
have a Star Spinner. I do.
I'm sorry. Mind's eye. Sorry. Why do I keep doing that?
I don't know.
So I always do that when I mean the mind's eye. I say a Star Spinner. I don't know why. Anyway, I was going to use Dancing in the Dark today, but I have not. We'll use that next time. I think I've used every other deck here.
That reading rocked. I don't know if we would ever be able to duplicate something like that again. You know, a part of it was that we did have an outline for it, but we left some room for some spontaneous stuff to kind of pop up. Perfect.
Well, it was a great, well, one thing we definitely experimented with was using that inner eye oracle the way we did, and that worked out really well, which makes me think it might make an appearance here someday instead of Lenormand. We might use that in place of the Lenormand sometimes.
Or have it on hand for certain kinds of questions, like you have the timing cards on hand. So I'm glad you liked it. I really am so glad you liked it. It was a really fascinating feel to do that reading. And anyone else that wants it, we'll be happy to charge you for it.
Well, we didn't even say it was a past life reading, but it was with benefits because there's really some issue involved. This was a specific issue with a past life and people involved. And people involved in the present that may have been part of that past life. And so I'm saying here, you know, we do some really cool readings for people who pay for them. And it's like, and Violet, of course, pays for it in the work she does for us.
Yes, we figure you'll have to work for us for another 1.5 years from that reading. No,
Mr. O is saying she's got to work for us forever now.
Just sign on the dotted line.
But you know, it takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to pull some of that off. And I don't know, I'm just feeling, what?
You're the one.
I'm the one that what?
The one who pulled it off. The blood, sweat, and tears.
Even though he had the idea that you needed the past life reading, Violet. So anyway. All right, here. Really interesting. I think I want to throw these 3 cards out there and see what we get. Wow. The sun is reversed. Remember, that's not necessarily all bad.
It's very interesting, though.
The 4 of Pentacles is upright. 2 fours. The 4 of Cups is upright.
Oh, my goodness.
You see something, don't you? So do I.
Well, I'm going to jump to the second 2 cards because right away I see that maybe this is saying you could have rested and not incarnate, but something drove you to consider that possibility and you did choose it. I mean, here is that period of waiting. So I think this happened in...
Is that the resting? I thought you were grabbing that card. Is that the resting?
No. Okay, you're right. I have them.
Yeah. It's okay.
I have it totally wrong, but I got something there, and maybe it's not from the cards. Maybe I should let you go.
No, but
first.
I think what you said is still valid, but you meant that card for the resting, that's all. So yeah, I get it. I think that's interesting. Well, Violet, somebody couldn't let go. Was it you, or was it the other soul that kind of made this happen? Okay? I can't help but wonder here that somebody was holding on for some reason here. And that's that 4 of Pentacles. You know, it's usually meaning it's something that they value. The sun is saying here, it's not really clear. You know, remember, the sun can be about illumination, and when it's reversed, I kind of look at it as maybe things being cloudy and not very clear. And so I'm thinking here that maybe you didn't have a real clear choice in this. That's why I'm wondering here if maybe the other person needed to play something out here.
Their karma made it happen.
You know, and maybe that's why you have to cut that cord. So I think here, also with that 4 of Cups reversed, or upright, it's indicating to me that maybe there was this was an opportune moment for this soul to reconverge with you. And I'm not exactly sure what the underlying things are. What do you got with the Lenormand? Uh-oh.
Dog. clover.
What?
I know. Like, I almost wonder if, like, maybe if we dig back deeper, there was something else. Like, maybe way, way, way further back, there was something closer. And the karma still hasn't resolved on what it was that pulled you apart.
Now, we were supposed to, with that last reading, get to the core of what the harm was, and I still think that was it. I don't think we have to go back further to find that. I don't.
Okay.
I think here, what this is saying is trust that this had to happen for a fateful reason. That's what I think. I think the dog is about, remember, the dog is not necessarily about friendship, because let's face it, this person in your life has not been good for you. But this is about trust. And the clover can be about fate and destiny. Trust that this had to happen for a reason. And it had to play out the way it did. Did it play out to make you become a stronger person? Did it play out because this person just had to play that role that you had in the previous life, even though you did it far better than they did? You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying, Violet? Maybe this reversal had to happen for whatever reasons, because you had to show that you were the more trustworthy, better person, I could say that too, than this person will ever be that's gone through this. In other words, maybe this person, even in this life, has been trying to bring you down to that level. They tried to do it in the other life where you had more power and control. And so now they had the power and control, and yet they still couldn't do it because guess what? You got away.
I like it. I'm not sure if I understand totally what I could add to that, but I think I like that.
So power dynamic going on here. And that person needed to do this, I think. And unfortunately, it happened. And to ensure it doesn't happen again, that's why I think, that something, and I'm no expert on that, something has to be done to try to break that karmic tie right there with that person so they don't resurface again. This should be the end of it, really, because they had their chance here, They had their chance. And the bottom line is, if you allow them to succeed, if you allow them to keep having this, control over, your ability to find your way in this life, then it may play out again. Maybe the way to break this cycle is to make sure they don't succeed this time either.
I think you have to break the cycle because I think somewhere in the discarnate phase, your spirit thought maybe they could get better. Maybe you thought you should hold on to them as a relationship in karma, but that changed. The Four of Cups, you realized they were never going to change. You were trying to be fair at some point before incarnation, realizing karma needed to play out. But the Four of Cups says, after you were incarnate and going through that life and now realizing it in this life, there's no way they can change.
I'm going to leave it at what I said. And you know what? I really think that, I can't say for certain. Maybe we could try a yes, no, or you could go with your gut, that there hadn't been previous lives you were together, but it just seems to me that the life we came up with for you was that pivotal moment of problems that set the stage for things. And it's played out again in a very karmic way, as that reading pointed out, with the role reversals and stuff. And I think maybe this should be the end of it, one way or another. And only you, I think, can make that happen. Only you. So good luck with that. What? My haircut?
Cutting the cords.
Oh, okay. I have one here. It's a string the cats play with.
For practice.
All right.
There you go.
That's what we have for you. Whew.
Don't run with those.
Good luck with that. Well, now it's time for us to say adieu. And it's time for me to get my lion prediction out there on Twitter. It is going to be an incredibly difficult prediction for me. I'm not sure yet what I want to say, other than it's going to be an incredibly close or even game in a lot of ways. So stay tuned for that, you people who follow me on Twitter. And I'll let everybody else know what happened next week when we meet again.
Right, and happy hour's on for Saturday. All other shows are on. We'll be on back Saturday or Thursday evening for more of this.
So take care, everybody. Have a great week ahead. Go Lions, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.